Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever.
Her.
I'm your host, Pharaoh, and I'm here with our co-host Lily. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I feel like the person who went home in this episode, it's kind of like, you know, eh, the two tribes I wanted to win, I was hoping for Ika to lose. So when they lost, I was like, period, we here. So, I'm excited to talk about it.
Yes. So, as you see today, we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Survivor 42. There is a few things to cover. So, honestly, let's just hop into it.
Her.
So, um, these are the tribes. We start off the episode on the Vati tribe. They had just lost. It was a lot going on. And Jenny ended up going home in that very weird vote. And da-da-da-da. So we get back to camp. And basically, Daniel and Chanel are talking. And Chanel's like, I don't understand why you was acting the way you was acting. That was very crazy. And I don't like that. And Daniel was like, what do you mean? Da-da-da-da? So we see have a conversation with Mike. And basically, they're both collaborating and they're saying, look, everybody else fake. So what we finna do? So it's looking like Mike is probably finna maybe just join forces with High and Lydia. So that might be the new little structure for there. Lee, how you feeling?
Honestly, like I figured this would happen. I thought High would be able to take control of his position that kind of just fell into his hand by the way Chanel and Daniel literally fumbled the bag. I mean, he said it. They blew a 4-2 lead. It's kind of embarrassing. I love that he's taking initiative. You know what I mean? He went to Mike. He was like, "Look." So basically, he said, "Look, fuck both of them. Like we're cool. Let's take it moving forward." And Mike mentioned basically after that vote, I'm completely done with Daniel. Like Daniel, he has to, he's done. So I do like that Daniel, High is taking advantage of the agency that he was given. I think he's definitely gonna be a power player in this game. He's really shaping up to be the leader, the main strategist of this tribe. So I love the position he's in. I feel bad for Chanel. I wish I saw more strategy for her this season. I mean, this episode. I'm not sure if it was probably because of the edit or what, but it's like, girl, I really hope she's doing something to improve the position she's in. Because right now, she's seen on the bottom with Daniel, and I don't think that's a good position for her. I think she was in a prime position to become the third to Lydia and High, and she kind of just let Mike squeeze in there. I don't. It sucks to suck, but that's kind of how it fell out.
Yeah. And so we see Daniel, he has a confessional, and he's like, I don't get why Chanel isn't getting the rap for this. I don't understand why she's not coming off as bad as why am I the target number one? But girl, his performance at the tribal was very horrible. And it made him just the biggest target. So right now that tribe is looking like Daniel's gonna be the biggest target. Chanel is right after if they go to another tribal.
I just feel like Daniel is such a weirdo. I just feel like I hate people without a backbone, no spine. Like I just feel like to play a game like Survivor, you have to have some type of spine. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, well, why isn't she getting any backlash, baby? She wasn't the one lying and throwing everybody under the bus. You made yourself like a complete idiot in front of everybody and expected that you. And of course, you're going to be at the bottom of the tribe. Like, what did you think was going to happen, Daniel?
It was bad for him.
And the thing is, you're worried about the wrong thing. Instead of focusing your energy on Chanel, how about focusing your energy on rebuilding connections, babe? You're worried about the wrong person.
The wrong thing. Focus on yourself, baby. Child. So we leave that tribe and we get to the reward challenge. And Jeff got them out here starving. So the reward is 10 fish or some amount of fish. And they are hungry, they're dying. So they're very, very excited for this reward. So we get into the reward. It's only 4 people playing because Taku only has 4 people. So the other tribes have to sit people out or whatever. So we get to the challenge, and baby, I don't know if I could even call that a challenge. That was just, it's like they were playing in the playpen.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan beasted again.
Yeah.
Literally beasted his tribe to the end. I'm not gonna sit here and say they didn't do nothing. They did get the balls in. They each had to get their own balls in. So they did that. But otherwise, Jonathan beasted. And how
I just feel like what's really happening with Jonathan. I just think that first of all, he loves the show. He's probably trying to be on the show. I mean, look at him. Look at his body. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I do think he is built to survive in that element probably better than the others. And it's very clear that he's found the rhythm and he's in his stride right now. And
Mhm.
I think while everyone else is basically dying, he's able to, he's probably the strongest person out there, just in
Mhm.
general. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so I do think he's going to be unstoppable, but, we're starting to see that the other tribes are really, really starting to notice that he's a beast. I mean, they mentioned Tori was like, they have this Goliath, like this big, strong man that he is,
Mhm.
and that basically we can't defeat him. And it's like,
Mhm.
you can't because he is a Greek god. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that man is
Yeah.
fine. That man
And
is
that
fine.
and that was very interesting because I started thinking it makes the audience kind of start thinking about merge because Tori saying that and Jonathan having like a reaction to that, it really shows that when they get to merge, it might be bad for them. Also, Jeff asked Jonathan, he's like, well, Jonathan, what's helping y'all win these challenges so blowout-y? And Jonathan was like, well, we're a four and we're really, really tight and we're
Mhm.
running this shit and we're gonna win this shit and we finna win every comp. And when we get to merge, it's y'all ass. Also, no, okay, he didn't say all that, but he was like, we're really we're core and we're really really tight. So, and the other tribes, and that's what made Tori. She was like, and the other tribes was kind of side eyeing, and they were whispering to each other. Drea and Tori, they was like, he carried them to the end. They are like,
But like, hold on. But like, let's be honest. Y'all was pressed.
press,
Y'all,
press, press, press,
y'all are
press.
pressed. Y'all are
Jonathan don't need
pressed.
no press.
Like, first of all, get off my man. Get off my man. Get off my man.
They were definitely mad. They were definitely upset. It's giving jealousy, jealousy. I don't know what song to sing.
Jealousy, jealousy.
But so Taku gets back to their camp and they have the reward, and then we're getting a lot of thoughts of the other tribe mates. Mary Ann has a DR. First of all, it was funny because when Jonathan was answering the question, Mary Ann made it. She was like, because she was like, why is he answering it like that? Like, come on, play the game.
He's saying a lot.
He's saying a lot. So she has a DR. She's like, child, Jonathan done told the whole other tribe. I mean, it's true, we are strong, but why are you telling the other tribe that? Like, come on, baby, play the game.
But my thing is, Mary Ann saying that after just telling the entire tribe about her idol and an extra buck. Like, Mary Ann, baby, can you be talking, baby? Like, come on.
So Omar has a thing, what's it called? A diary room, and he says the same thing. He's like, ooh, I don't know about Jonathan telling him that. Jonathan just got loose lips like that. So you can see like the tribe kind of like,
yeah, and like I remember watching it and thinking like, is he going home? Because during that time we kind of got Jonathan's backstory. My mom was like, oh my god, is he gonna go home when they're showing his backstory? Because he's gonna go home and they're gonna vote him out because he said that. Like, that's so stupid. Why would you do that? Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah,
but I was scared for my life.
So they did show his backstory. He got a big character moment. He's getting a lot of big character moments. He's a big character. If
he's really narrating the confessionals on his tribe. I mean, we were giving Omar that high score, but I think you were right to say like maybe Jonathan's the one really running the ship.
He's very much so in the center. I feel it's just interesting, and he's running the ship in many ways, baby. So that's how that that's how that tribe goes. We see that tribe, and that's how that goes. And then do we see Ica first? I want to say we see Ica first, but we can get to that later.
We do have a pre of Ica first, yeah.
Yeah,
but we
can talk about it all together. So we get to the immunity challenge. So the immunity challenge happens, and Ica loses. Taku wins. Taku gets first. And then it's between Vati and Ica. It's like, ooh, who's gonna win? Vati wins, and Ica is going to tribal. So to set up the Ica tribe, basically, Swati wants to work with Tori. So Swati wants to work with Tori. As you remember, the last time they went to tribal, well, you may not remember. This is the first episode. They went to tribal, and after that, Drea was saying how Drea wanted to do all girls thing. So she told Swati and Tori about her extra vote. But Swati was saying, I need Drea to go because Drea has too much power. She has Romeo and she has an extra vote, and people like her. That's too much. So we're going into this, tribe. Swati's feeling like I need to target Drea. I don't know if she should have even targeted Drea. What you think?
I just feel like Swati was not in the position to be playing that type of game. I think she was. And it's crazy because in her beginning she said, "I want to lay low," and then kind of like come out towards jury. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be dangerous for Survivor. You know what I mean? Especially with the game over so fast. But it's like maybe you should have just did that. Like they were not looking at you at all.
Mm-hmm.
She started like I think she just started opening her mouth too much. She started trusting Tori a lot. She told Tori a lot. And I remember saying in a previous video, I said, if Swati is going to be working with Tori, you will get thrown under the bus. We saw how Tori threw Zach all the way under the bus. Like, Literally. It wasn't even like she threw him and just threw him in front of it. Like, just boom. Like, so I was like, she's definitely going to do it to Swati. And essentially, that's exactly what she did. Like, It's weird because I feel like they didn't edit it like that. But essentially, she threw the bitch under the bus. And it's like, girl, it was like, you were not in the position. You didn't have the agency to be doing that.
And we'll get more into it in the ratings because I don't know what I'm gonna give. So after that happens, basically Swati is trying to target Drea. Basically, it gets back to Drea that Swati and Tori really that Tori is trying to target her because Tori has a conversation with Rocksroy, and Tori tells Rocksroy like, yeah, Drea has an extra vote. And so Rocksroy is like, I don't like Tori, so I don't even care. Tori's idea is I need to try to get close to Rocksroy because if we're going to vote out Drea, Rocksroy is the other vote that we're going to have. Me, Swati, and Rocksroy can have another vote. And Rocksroy and me need to have a relationship. So Tori was like, I need to build a relationship with Rocksroy so that the three of us can vote out Drea because that's what Swati presented to her. So in this conversation, she tells Rocksroy that Drea has an extra vote, and Rocksroy doesn't like Tori, so he tells Drea. So now Drea knows that Tori is telling people that she has an extra vote. She's like, what the fuck? I already didn't trust this girl. Now this girl is walking around telling people that I have an extra vote. What's going on? It was crazy. So then Drea and Romeo are basically like, okay, we probably just need to vote out Tori. Like, we definitely just need to vote out Tori. Tori's crazy. But Romeo has a conversation with Tori. And in Romeo's conversation with Tori, basically what happens is Romeo is talking to Tori, and he's just like, so what's going on? How you feeling? Da, da, da. And Tori tells Romeo, well, the only reason I did what I did is because Swati said the four of y'all were working together. So what am I going to do about that? And Romeo was like, Swati told you that? And she was like, yeah. And so Romeo knew that was true because it's true. So Romeo's like, Swati had to tell her. So at this point, Romeo's like, maybe Swati's the problem. He talks to Drea. He says, Drea, Swati came to me and said, I'm her number one. And I feel like she's trying to play everybody against each other. Drea was like, Swati told me I'm her number one. They was like, she probably told Tori the same damn thing. They talked to Tori. Tori's like, she told me the same damn thing. At this point, everyone's like, look, Swati's trying to play us against each other. She's going to get us to hate each other. She's the link that has to go. They go to tribal. Swati plays her shots in the dark. It doesn't shoot. It doesn't hit. And Swati is voted out. That's how that went. And with that, we could get into the drafts, baby. I mean, we could get to the motherfucking player ratings, baby. So.
Oh, this is the first time we're ranking someone twice.
First time we're ranking someone twice. So we've already seen this tribe. Go to tribal. So at the top, those are their last ratings we gave them. 3 of them was tied, baby. We didn't know what was going on, baby. We didn't know what was going on
at all.
And now we're gonna rate now that they've gone to tribal again, and we got to see more of the situation. So basically, the way the tribe set up is that Rocksroy didn't vote with Romeo, Drea, and Tori. Rocksroy voted against them. So technically, it seems like Romeo, Drea, and Tori are 3, and that Rocksroy didn't vote with them. But that's not necessarily true because Drea don't trust Tori at all. So I still think Tori might be on the bottom. But anyways, so we can start with Swati. Swati was voted out. How would you see Swati as an overall player?
I do think overall I have to give her a 3. Um, just because I just think, like I said, I think she definitely want to get her initial thought, which honestly would have been her, always go with your first mind. I think that just would have been her best case in the scenario. Like, girl, just be quiet, lay low, let Tori go home. I
Mhm.
think her kind of wanting to get into the game, it's just, it gets messy. And I think you see this a lot with the younger players. They're like, I'm going to get into the game. And it's like, you start sharing information, you start sharing it to the wrong people, and you start doing things. It's like, if you don't have that agency to back up that game, you can't do it.
Mhm.
Like, um, Swati and Tori are not in any positions to be targeting anyone. They should have been in self-preservation mode, which Tori said she was in at the end of the episode when she brought it out Swati. Interesting
Yeah.
enough. But like, that's what she was in. I don't know why Swati thought she could. I don't understand where
Hmm.
she thought she was coming from. And it was also clear that she didn't even understand fully why she was targeting when she went in. She immediately started attacking Tori and going at Tori, sort of what Zach did. Like, well,
Mhm.
Tori's the one
Similar
doing
to
this, and
what Zach
Tori's the one.
said.
That's not really the play you. That's not what the play you play. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't even
Mhm.
like Tori did throw her the bus. I feel like, but at the same time, Romeo came to the conclusion himself.
Mhm.
So it's like that's not even the angle you should have been playing.
Mhm.
They've already compared notes. Like, why are you all telling them the same thing that they're working together? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. She is younger. She's only 19. So it's
Mhm.
like it sucks
Exactly.
because I do think if they're gonna cast that low, I do think they should have more people around that age range.
Mhm.
Because is a 19-year-old really gonna play people in their 30s and 40s?
And they casting 16-year-olds now. They done
Yeah,
brought
that's
it down.
that's all. I mean, like realistically, a 19-year-old is not gonna really outwit someone in their 30s on a
Mhm.
on an average basis. So it does suck. But I
Yeah.
do think she could do better in the future. She's someone I can see coming back having the Kelly Wentworth era.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. I think she's smart and I think she understands like certain things, but like you said, it's like she came in all wrong. And I think I'm gonna give her the same score as Zach because it was basically the same thing that happened to Zach. She tried to Tori was the original target. She tried to help Tori in some type of way, but at Tori is like, look, I'm trying to stay regardless. So Tori would did what she needed to do, and that's exactly what happened with Zach. Zach was trying to help Tori, but really he was just trying to get his initiative to work, and that's what Swati was trying to do.
Yeah.
Swati had a thought; she wanted her thought to go through, and so that's what she tried to do. She tried to use Tori to get that to happen. They need to stop trying to come at Tori about stuff. Tori's not the girl to go to, clearly, because that's what happened. So I just feel like they about what and what, that's just that. I do think she could do good in the future. I think she's smart and she has like a strategic sense. She just was too young, literally.
Yeah.
Like you said, she's just too young. Um, so let's get into this tribe. So it's only four people left, child.
Yeah.
Um, this hard for Elmo. But I will say it might just be one more round and then they go to merge. So we do kind of gotta think about how they're gonna do it merge and da 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 da. So with Drea does have an amulet
Hmm.
and an extra vote. She still has her extra vote. She didn't use it, and she has an amulet. So those are things that she has that can help her game. It seems like her and Romeo are the duo, and they can just choose whether Tori's gonna go or Rocksroy is gonna go. Romeo doesn't seem like he's gonna waver. Andrea, they were like the locked in people this episode,
Hmm.
and I think that's why they came out on top is because they were so locked in. In Survivor, it's important that you and your allies are on the same page and y'all are locked. Because if y'all are locked in on the same page, it's hard for people to infiltrate that and get y'all out. They tried to get out Dre, it didn't work. It was not going to work because Tori and Swati wasn't seeing each other. The same thing happened with High and Lydia. No matter how the numbers were set up, High and Lydia were the ones who were actually locked. Daniel threw Chanel right under the
Oh.
bus.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who it is. If you're locked and you're solid, you're good. So I do think Dre has a lot of room in this game because she's locked. I can see in the merge it's shaping up that Taku might be at the bottom based on this episode, how they edited it. And if that's the
Hmm.
case, if Drea ends up in, oh, it's gonna be Vati and it's gonna be Aika and we're gonna just get out Taku, that could be a good spot for Drea. Drea still has an amulet. She can reconnect with Hai, who also has an amulet. Hai is someone who can be strategically helping her. Romeo can be strategically helping her. And maybe Hai and Romeo will be the bigger targets over her if she plays it right. But I do think Drea is a more forward player,
Hmm.
and that might get her in trouble. So all that being said, I feel like I got to give her a 6. I think she did what she needed to do. It was a lot of good things, but I don't want to give her too high because we don't know.
Exactly. Honestly, I was saying that too. I think I'm gonna give her a 6 as well. Like I was scared on Drea the last time we rated them because I thought, the blowout between her and Tori, it just seemed really messy. We
Mhm.
saw in previews that they wanted to target her. I didn't know necessarily where that would go. And now I'm starting to see clearly she stayed in the position that she was in at first. That kind of trio is still there. I mean, Roxroy ran to her immediately when Tori told her that she said her name and all about
Mhm.
her extra voting thing. So that shows that she has trust. People want to work with her. People are running at her, telling her information. Like you said, her main apple scrapple is Romeo. He definitely isn't going to waver from that. I do see them being like a little Shannon Ricard duo. I did mention that, but now it's even more solidified. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I do think, other than the Shannon Ricard duo, Drea is kind of the lesser player in this situation.
Mhm.
Um, Only because when she has conversations with Romeo, it always seems like he is leading it. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's the edit or what, but I do think she is a more active player. She's a more in your face type of player. So I do think when it does come to merge, she has extra vote. I bet my bottom dollar she's probably going to get the idol too. I wouldn't be shocked, her or Romeo. So that's
Mhm.
another power she's going to have in the game. And if she's able to take out the other two people, she could potentially have control of two powers and
Mhm.
with two idols. And in the
Mhm.
game where idols are so scarce, that is potentially powerful. I think she
Mhm.
could easily be one of the more powerful players
Yeah.
as the game go by. Right now, I am going to keep her conservative at a 6 because I feel like I want to see that potential growth for me to really give it to her.
Yeah. You
But
don't really know.
I'm starting to see a path for her, like to the end at this point.
Mhm. I see that. How you feel about Roxroy, girl? How you feel
So
about
Roxroy,
Roxroy?
honestly, like Roxroy, like I gave him a 4 last time. I'm probably just gonna give him a 4 again.
Mhm.
Like gameplay wise, he really is just not all the way there. He doesn't seem socially aware. That's an issue. Like he wants to be the parent and you can tell like his interactions are very like parent. Like it's like, I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you to do this, I'm gonna tell you to do this, I'm gonna tell you to do this. I mean, they don't even like Tori, but I can see them voting out Roxroy because he's annoying as hell.
Mhm.
Like that's sad. That's not good for you.
Mhm.
He just seems he seems really erratic. I don't really think a lot of people are going to want to keep dealing with his
Energy.
personality and
Yeah.
energy moving forward because it could be really annoying. It could be really really annoying. The
Mhm.
positive thing about Roxroy is that if he is able to make it to merge, I don't see Drea or Romeo cutting him anytime soon. But yeah, I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure that he will be 100% loyal to them.
Mhm.
So if they are in a dominant position, which I predict them to be, um, he could be good because of that. But at this point, based off what's doing in the tribe and the gameplay I'm seeing, it's a 4 for me.
Yeah, I agree. He has, like, a lack of self-awareness when it comes to certain things. Tori was like, "I don't even wanna work with him." Like, she was like, "I literally am at the bottom of this tribe, and the one person I gotta work with is him, and I don't even wanna do it." Like, "Are you sure?" She was like, "Swati, do we really gotta work with Ryzen? Like, are we sure?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my god, that's bad." If, like, the girl at the bottom of the tribe who has nothing else to do, don't even wanna work with you, that's not good. He didn't even vote with them. They could have told him where the vote was going. They didn't even do it because they don't like him like that. I don't think he has much, social game to him.
Mhm.
I feel like his only upside is like you said that he might be in the majority if they merge, but I could see them, like I said, going with Tori instead of going with him. Like you said, like I don't know, it just doesn't look good for him, and he just doesn't have like a strategic mind. When Tori claimed to him about that, I feel like he should have at least considered it. He immediately was like, "Well, I just don't like Tori, so I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah, like
Like, what are you
like
thinking?
because it's like she's not lying. Drea is a very powerful player. Like Drea got
Yeah,
game.
like low key in an alternate universe where Roxroy is an actual good player, no shade.
Oh,
He like Drea could have went home this round, and he Swati could still be here and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give him a 4 too. I'm gonna give him a 4. I feel like he could, and I also see him as like recently in Survivor. There's been like, well, not last season, but before that, it's been like a GOAT in the end with two like
yeah.
good players. I could see him being that GOAT, maybe, but I don't even know about that. So it's just gonna have to stay at a modest 4.
Modest.
Um, and that's just gonna be that on that. Um, okay, Romeo. Finally, we get into some good tea. Last week we gave Romeo a 7. We both gave him a 7. I think he's just has a lot of control, even in this tribe, which is kind of just all over the place because Roxor doing this thing, Tori's at the bottom, and Swati was doing her thing, and Drea got all these powers. He still has like a very like I don't know, like good amount of control. I feel like whatever Romeo wanted to happen was gonna happen, even in all of those different, I don't know, situations. I like Romeo because Romeo is a power player, but he's not like so forward. I can see people voting out Drea before Romeo just because
Exactly.
of Drea's energy, and that's not usually what we see. And last season is the most comparable to this season. It's not usual that I don't know, the better player, I guess, is the one who is more subtle. I would argue that Shan played a little bit better than what's that boy name, Ricard, but Ricard lasted longer. I could see Romeo lasting longer than Drea, but also being an actual really good player with his own connections, with his own alliances, with his own, final twos everywhere. Romeo could win this game. I'm really excited to see what Romeo can do. And I do think that at the merge, Romeo could have a power position. If Vati and Ika link up, Romeo might be the winner pick because High might be too much in their face. Chanel might be too much in their face. Drea might be a little bit too out there. Tori's a little bit too out there. At the beginning of the season, we thought Tori and Chanel are going to be the ones running it.
Ooh, wow.
And I think they could, and I think at merge, both of them could be big people still. I could still see that, which is good for Romeo. I could see Romeo winning the game. I really could. I think he played this round really well, really smoothly. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I am. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. And if he get home, he get out. Hey,
oh my God. I'm definitely gonna keep Romeo at a modest 7. I really do like Romeo, and then I love that he is someone like the way he took the information and the way he used it. I mean, I can definitely see how Swati going home in this position was the smarter move because clearly she's out here throwing y'all under the bus and she's not loyal to y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to get the information and use the best of his ability is really good. Like you said, like Drea is someone who could potentially go before him, and I do think their duo is going to really benefit both of them, and I think mostly him because he's the person that is going to last the longest. Like she'll definitely go before him. I want to keep him at a 7 because just because I don't know how he's going to really fare when it comes to jury. I can see him in a situation where he is not able to take full control. I think there are more dominant players on other tribes. Like you mentioned, he has control, but it's very subtly.
Yes.
And it's something I can see how it can be viewed in the game as Drea is doing.
Yeah, exactly. As he's not
I do think that can be an issue for him moving to jury, but he is still very much running this tribe. And until I see otherwise, I want to keep him at a 7.
Yeah, I also like that with Tori. Tori told him that information. It's interesting to know that she told Romeo that information because that shows that he has good social connections, I feel, with the other people. Because you would assume Tori, she don't even talk to them. But no, Tori and Romeo talk, and Tori told Romeo that information. So that's also interesting. How you feel about Tori? Speaking of Tori.
I'm sorry. Unpopular opinion. A lot of people be hating Tori, but I love Tori. I think Tori is hilarious. I really appreciate. I honestly, it's something I really, really like about a person that is just willing to throw anybody under the bus. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you know who she reminds me of?
You was just shading Daniel for throwing people under the bus this morning. But who she remind you of?
Doing it. It's different. But Tori reminds me of Baylor from Blood vs. Water.
Okay, I'm giving that.
Like everyone kept like trying to come from Baylor, and she just kept sneaking her way through a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what Tori is doing at this point. If they are, we are assuming that after one more round is going to be jury. They're going to merge. Jury. They're going to merge at 12. And form the jury. So she has to only make it one more round and she's in jury. And then if she is in jury, I think she could be in a good position because she will not be at the bottom necessarily anymore. She gets to restart. And I think that'd be really good for her because she'll be able to make other connections on other tribes. I really don't think she's down and out of this game yet. But it just sucks because in her situation, she's just not trusted and they just genuinely don't trust her. I mean, but at the same time, girl, like, okay, I'm gonna bond with Roxroy and get him to trust me. And then what? In that same conversation, you're telling him Drea has the power. We can't trust Drea. We have to vote him out.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I mean, how long was y'all even walking for? Like, do you know this man's last name? Like, Tori, that's not like, come on, girl. Like, that's not gonna help you. So at the same, like, I do feel like it's a good chance she can just go if they lose again. So I do have to give her a 4. But I do think if they are able to win next round and get to merge, I do think she has a lot more promise. Definitely.
Yeah, and I feel the exact same way. Like, she's really sneaking her way by. She should have went round 1. She barely made it because of situationships. Should have went round 2. Barely made it because of certain situations. She's really sneaking by. But hey, if you can sneak by, that's good too. I don't know. It's just. I think she would fare better in a merge with more people on the tribe.
Exactly.
I think this small tribe is not good for a player like Tori. Tori's kind of like a sneaky player, like I want to do this and I want to get this done and let me tell this information, and that works a little bit better in the merge. I also think with a restart she could try to reevaluate what she needs to do, and then the tribes are going to be coming after other tribes, and maybe she won't be the one in the crosshairs. She's not the biggest threat on this tribe, really. She doesn't have much power at all, but she could gain some power. She might want to flip when she merges. She might want to be like, hey Bati, let me work with you, Chanel, like let me work with you, High, and that would be interesting because then what, So I think there's a lot of positions she can go, but from what we've seen, and if they lose again, she could still go. I'm gonna give her a 4 also. We giving the same damn rating. I know that's right. So
great minds think alike. It's gonna be really interesting going into merge, because at this point, essentially, if it goes the way we want it to go, we want Vati to lose next. So it can be 4 on each tribe going into merge. And I do feel like if it does do that, that's going to be interesting because Drea, High, and Lindsay each have an amulet. How is that going to work? Are they all 3 going to try to work together? How is that possible with 3 tribes? Are they going to target each other? You know what I mean? Because they're all definitely going to be there. And what? It's 3 amulet. It is a
3 amulets. It is a extra vote. 2 amulets, it is a still a vote, and 1 amulet is an idol.
You can't tell me they're gonna be gunning for each other. I think the likely thing that's probably gonna happen is Vati and Ika linking up to go after Orange. I could easily,
which means Lindsay might be a target and Jonathan might be a target, which is scary for them, but it's good for Ika.
But it'll be interesting because it's Drea and High. Are they going to be a dynamic duo, or like what's going to happen? Are they going to, because High has Lydia, then she has Romeo. It's like what's going to happen? Are they going to be a 4?
They could all link up in a 4. That would be a power 4. That would be a power 4.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be very interesting. So Romeo got the highest rating. I don't think we've rated anybody higher than Romeo this whole time. Actually, Omar.
I think you gave
we gave Omar 7.25 average, and Romeo now has a 7.25.
Oh my god, didn't we get Daniel a high ass score the first time too?
No, we didn't.
What we gave him?
A 1.
No, the first time we rated him.
Oh, okay. I don't remember the first time.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, remember the first time we were talking about Daniel, we were just saying, oh, he's a really good player. Like I thought.
Oh, and then when we rated him, because we didn't rate him the first time we talked about him.
Because we were, I remember talking like, oh, Romeo's the one over here, Omar's the one over here, and then Daniel got this one. But
So no one is rated that high. Like other than Romeo got a 7.5. Omar got a 7.25. Both of them got 7.25s. And High on the Green Tribe has a 6. We gave him a 6. Just because that was a lot of mess during that tribe.
Yeah, I would definitely give him a higher score after that.
Yeah, he gets a higher score because now we know Mike's going to go with him and Chanel has no choice but try to go. So we know for sure. So I'm pretty sure like Omar, High, and Romeo are going to be the highest rated of each of their tribes. So seeing them all emerge is going to be like, what's going to happen?
I wonder who's going to fall because
somebody's gonna fall. That's gonna be an interesting. Merch is gonna be.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun to see all of them and to see it like switch.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about our drafts. Here are our drafts. So I'm gonna left you on the right. I am going to win this season. I'm so excited. Well, you have no winners.
No. Drea, I think Drea has a
Okay,
good chance. I think
I'll give
Jonathan
you.
has a good chance.
I'll give you that. I can see a
Um,
Tori sneak. I can
Tori
even see
sneak.
maybe I don't. I said this last time. You was like, I don't agree, but I can see a Lindsay sneak. I can see a Lindsay
We'll
sneak.
have to see. We'll have to see. I
We'll
don't
have to
know.
see. I just don't see nobody voting her out, and if she gets to end with other people who aren't good, then she can win. I see a sneak, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna win. Um, I'm gonna win. High could win.
Mm,
Romeo could win. The three highest rated. We agreed on the rating.
okay.
Three highest rated people are on my tribe.
Yeah, you ate
Now,
that. You ate that.
now Chanel and Lydia, I don't know. They may lose. Daniel, so we don't know. But I think I got. I hope I got this because I'm behind.
Yeah, you bad. You down bad.
I'm down
Oh
bad.
my god, if you win Survivor and Big Brother Canada, I'm gonna be over it.
That'll be nice. Her. This is a good little. I like this little season. This is a good little season.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Honestly, I like it a lot more than 41. Not gonna
Mm-hmm.
lie. 41 was kind of dragging a bit, especially when they got the merge. I was kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this over with. Especially
Yeah.
after Sharon went home, I was done. So I think I can definitely watch this season kind of like objectively all the way throughout. Like when Sharon was out, I was out.
Yeah.
When Leon, I didn't watch Leon go home. I was literally done at
Mm-hmm.
Sharon. So I do feel like this season, like if Marianne go, I can still watch. I
Yeah.
really want to see who's gonna win this season. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested. Like I really am. Because last season I was like, if Sharon doesn't win, that's the thing. I feel like that's another thing too. Like last season compared to this one in the new era,
Mm-hmm.
the gameplay of 41, I just feel like wasn't all the way there. Like
Yeah.
you had Shannon Ricard, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the next tribe, really none of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can say Erica, but the edit didn't show it, so we
And
basically
then on the
saw it.
last side,
And
there was
then on Yasa, it was only really Evie.
only really
So
Evie.
it's like everyone else was just doing anything. It
Mm-hmm.
seemed like, and so after Sharon left, it was like I knew. When Sharon went home, I said I knew Ricard is not winning. I
Mm-hmm.
thought Xander might win, but honestly, Xander wouldn't have been a good winner, and he didn't
Mm-hmm.
win. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
And now this season, we got Omar, we got Romeo, we got High, we got Chanel doing
a
stuff.
lot of
Daniel's
power
doing stuff.
players.
Jonathan is a big player. Dre is a huge player. We don't know what Tori's gonna do. And then that's everybody. I just named the whole cast.
I think the most dynamic players kind of are the ones like everyone who's gone home so far are kind of like the more subtle, laid back type of people. All the people who are like in your face, like ready to play this game, are still there. So that's really good.
Ciao. So that's what we have for you. Be sure to tune in next week when we go over the next episode of Survivor. If you're into Big Brother, check out our BB Canada updates or whatever. And we are going to be doing updates for X on the Beach. So if you're into X on the Beach, if you like romance, if you like love shows, check out our X on the Beach podcast that is coming soon. Also, follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at T Reality Kingdom or whatever, and keep up with the updates about our podcast or whatever. That is all. Thank you. Bye.